focusing not on postponing the work, but then you are going ahead to complete the task with utmost clarity along with the strategy. Accept this fact. When you accept this fact, you can actually have a control over stress. Knowing yourself is the beginning of the wisdom. Vikram, I'm glad that you have asked this question first to yourself and then posted us.
Productivity is never an accident. It is always a result of commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort, which is rightly quoted by Paul J. Mayer. I welcome you all to Tuesday 10x Productivity Tip, episode 4.
Yay, awesome. After a long time, right? It's been a month and then we are doing this again, Nikshi. So thanks to our good health. Yeah. So let's get started, Nikshi. I'm super curious about this week's questions.
Yes, same here, Sarika.
Yay.
So our first question is from Vikram from Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to know, how do I know if I am a procrastinator?
Oh, wow. Lovely question, in fact. How many people would question themselves, right? Am I a procrastinator or not, right? So I remember one of the quotes mentioned by Aristotle. So he says, knowing yourself is the beginning of the wisdom. Vikram, I'm glad that you have asked this question first to yourself and then posted us. So please be aware of these 5 signs, Vikram. Number 1, you can be a procrastinator when you're being overconfident about your own abilities that you can complete tasks on time, which actually leads to the second sign, the tendency to postpone the work always. Okay. And the third sign is not having enough clarity about what needs to be done, and then start to worry about the deadlines and outcomes, which leads to the fourth sign, starting work at the 11th hour. And that leads to the fifth sign, always working under pressure, under the time crunch. So be aware of these 5 signs and then you know whether you're a procrastinator or not. Now, adding on to this, if you are a procrastinator or people whoever are viewing this video, right? If you have all of these 5 signs or more than 4 signs. So here are a few tips where you can actually overcome procrastination. Yeah. So number 1, our favorite productivity tip, in fact, follow 1-minute rule. So just put a timer for 60 seconds. Whatever the task that you have, right? Just note down the outcome of that particular project or the task. So it's like you're setting the destination. Having a clarity and clear mind is the first step to avoid procrastination. And you can also ask yourself these powerful questions. 6 questions indeed. So I'll give you that as a technique, 5W plus 1H technique. One of my favorite techniques, in fact. 5W plus 1H. 5Ws are, most of you might know this. What, why, who, where, and when. And 1H is how. So for example, what are the outcomes of this project? Why should I do this? Basically, you're setting up your purpose, right, in this. Who will help me in this? Your team members or, maybe a cross-functional team. Who will help you in this? Where will you find the resources or references for this project? Can you look into the previous or past projects to just have, the references? Yeah. And when should you complete this? And last question, how should you do this or start this project? Basically, you're putting down the strategy. When you answer all of these questions, the only thing that you can think of is to act upon the particular project. So you're focusing not on postponing the work, but then you're going ahead to complete the task with utmost clarity along with the strategy. I hope this helps you, Vikram.
This definitely helps Vikram, I'm pretty sure, because apart from just helping him measure, you're even giving him the tips to overcome that. Thank you, Sarika.
Yay, I'm glad.
So we have our second question from Nikshita from Mysore.
Okay. This is interesting.
Any way to overcome stress forever, Sarika?
It might be a disappointing answer, but then answer is no. You cannot, overcome stress forever. However, it can be reduced when the stress can be channelized in the right direction. There is a good stress and there is bad stress, or let me put this way, there is healthy stress and then there is unhealthy stress. Every day we need to deal with stress. It's a daily challenge. Just like we eat food and then we go for bathing, right? Like it's a daily challenge for everybody in this world. Nobody can escape stress. All right, but we can reduce the bad effects and side effects of stress if it is dealt in a right way. Okay. See, we all face stress, but then it's what we do when we are stressed that defines the outcome. While some people let themselves get overwhelmed and then get into different unproductive patterns like procrastination, perfectionism, getting overwhelmed, and then they shut down by not taking any action. But whereas others, especially the successful people, they use this stress as a good stress to motivate them and then push them to greater heights. Stress, in a way, it is good if it is channelized in the right direction. So, Nikshi, you were telling something.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah. So, for our viewers, you can actually follow these 5 things to reduce the stress on a daily basis. But as I already mentioned, you need to deal with stress every single day. Okay, accept this fact. When you accept this fact, you can actually have a control over stress. Okay, so now coming back to the 5 things. Number 1, having a routine in your life, having a discipline. It could be morning routine, it could be evening, it could be night routine, whatever it is. You have a routine in your life. The second one, exercise regularly, at least 5 times in a week, because your body produces endorphins. We have talked about this in our previous Tuesday 10x tips also. Endorphins are the feel-good hormones that fight stress. Next thing, eating healthy food and on time. Fourth one, meditating. So when we do meditate, our bodies releases another feel-good hormone called serotonin. It's a mood stabilizer, in fact. So take advantage of the hormones. And fifth one, most of us actually, take it for granted: sleep. Sleep and also frequent breaks. Okay, take frequent breaks at work. So basically, you're relaxing your mind, and then also reducing your stress levels. So these are the 5 things you can actually do it on a regular basis to reduce the stress by more than 80% or even 90%. So every day you have to just deal with that 10 or 20% of the stress. That's it. And that should not be a big deal.
Okay, so this question was actually from Yash, who's from Chennai. But as soon as this question, I could resonate myself with the question, and I'm pretty sure that most of the viewers would want to know this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we have our third question from Rakshit from Bangalore. Mm-hmm. He wants to know, does being productive improve my decision-making abilities?
Okay, I'll give you a pretty straightforward and then very short answer to this. Rakshit, right? Okay, Rakshit, 100% yes. When you're productive, you don't fall into this trap of, the time crunch or the pressure, right? Especially, as per a Harvard study, when we are under pressure, our cognitive abilities are actually hampered to very major extent. And hence our decision making capabilities too. So when you're productive, you're actually relaxed, and then you're not that time crunch, right? And not under any pressure. And that's why your decision making capabilities will improve a lot when you are productive. So there are a lot of benefits, when one is productive. So that one you can actually come to a workshop, and then you can experience it for yourself when you're being productive. All right. So that's all from my side, Nikshi.
Thank you so much, Sarika. It was a wonderful episode. Not just Yash, Rakshit, and Vikram, but I'm sure that many of the viewers would also benefit from these tips. Last but not the least, what's your suggestion for book of the week, Sarika?
Oh, yes. Thanks for reminding that. 80-20 Your Life by Richard Koch. One of my favorite books. I mean, most of you know 80-20 as a Pareto's principle, but then go grab this new edition of 80-20 Your Life. So where Richard Koch mentions some of the methods to have success in different areas of your life, a sure short success actually. So go and start reading this. All right. And then let us know your main takeaways from this particular book. All right. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarika.
Thank you, Nixie. I totally enjoyed this session because it's been like a 1 month gap, right? But then, yeah. So we promise everybody that we will keep continuing, on a consistent basis. It was unfortunate that, Nixie and I were not feeling well for a long time. But then, yeah. So we are back, and then we will be consistent enough. And if you have any questions, click on the link below, enter your questions, and then we will answer in our upcoming episodes. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Until then, stay happy, stay productive. Bye, next.
Thank you, everyone. Bye, Sarika. So I wanted to know what's your Sarika.
One more blooper.
So thank you so much, Sarika. I'm pretty sure that don't laugh.
Okay.
Last.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No.
Thank you so much, Sarika. It was a wonderful episode. Not just Yash, Rakshit, and Vikram, but I'm sure that many of the viewers would also benefit from this tip.